the most happy people in the world are not the people who have nothing impinging upon them, people who are completely without responsibilities, people who get to do basically whatever the hell they want in life because of the way life worked out for them. It just so happens they don't end up to be the truly happy people in life. So certainly getting everything we want doesn't make us happy. Think how much stuff you have that you wanted. I mean, even the people in this room that maybe don't have a whole lot. But I think overwhelmingly, if you just think of all the things that not the things you really needed, like food and shelter and clothing, but the things you wanted. Remember that? Right? When God, the 18-inch TV is just, the 22 would be better. It just would, I want it. And, just as an example. Then we get what we want. Haven't we all just gotten so much of what we remember, of course, is we tend to remember when we didn't get what we wanted, right? I remember in 1962, I was denied my bottle by my mother, and I'm still upset by it, whatever. We remember that, right? We forget that yesterday I came home with a shopping bag full of crap that I didn't need, but I wanted, and I unloaded it. And I could have done with pretty much none of this, you know what I mean? But I wanted it, that kind of want, right? But we're not happy when we get what we want. Because if we were, then most of us in this room would just be so giddy with joy, we wouldn't even be able to stand ourselves. Think about it. How many things have you gotten that you've wanted in your whole life? In the past week, for God's sake. Just this morning when you reached for your toothbrush and you wanted it. Oh, it's there, thank God, I got what I wanted. If getting what we wanted made us happy, we would all be swimmingly happy, wouldn't we? Not everybody in the world, of course, because a lot of people in the world don't only not get what they want, but they don't even get what they need. So even though we may have our ideas of what's going to make us happy and be free and all these things, so often they don't actually stand up to actual human experience. Like I said, I don't think what we want is to be completely undisturbed by anything in life. I don't think that's actually what a human being wants in their deepest resources of their being. I don't want to suffer. I don't want to be disturbed. I basically want to be happy all the time. Show me how to live in bliss endlessly, and that'll be good enough for me. Well, most people would sign up for a while, but that is not the same thing as seeing something that fills you with a sense of awe and meaning. Maybe something that fills you with a sense of something that would be worthy of you serving, not just being served by. And I think these are the things that actually contribute to happiness, which is actually a beautiful thing, because what it tells us is, to some extent, happiness, not in total, but happiness to some extent has a communal component to it. In other words, most people, overwhelming numbers of people, are not going to be happy if they're feeling very smashingly well, but everybody else in the world is suffering like a dog. But they just tend up to be the one in the 7 billion of us that's happy. I don't think that person necessarily is going to feel just fantastic, because they're innate connectedness, which is where I think our real love and compassion comes from, far before we've realized any kind of true unity or oneness at a more existential level, but at just a more moment-to-moment, day-to-day human level, this is, I think, where compassion arises. It arises from some kind of intuition of a kind of unity. Otherwise, why would I care? So there is a kind of unity from the very beginning, and I think to connect in with this is so extraordinarily important.